I am here for fight, and I fight.
I have 25 minutes with him. He has 25 minutes with me.
Однозначно он будет со мной бороться.
He just said, we're going to find out what I've been saying all week.
Estuvo diciendo, yo voy a salir, voy a apuntar hacia el suelo igualmente. Si se quiere quedar, van a ver el knockout más rápido de la historia de la UFC porque le voy a arrancar la puta cabeza.
I will finish him.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the Blagger Spirit channel. Yes, I'm back, and as you can tell, the setup's not as good. I've got no microphone. I'm literally balancing my phone on like a little, it's like a money pot thing basically. So today I'm going to be talking about the UFC card that just went down, UFC 308. Because I actually thought, I haven't done a video on the UFC in a long time, just because I'll be brutally honest, and I've spoken about it on this channel a couple of times. I'm just really not, other than maybe Alex Pereira, I'm just not, and you can call me a casual. I probably am. Yeah, I probably am a casual, but I'm just not into the UFC as much as I used to be. I don't know if that's like for any other like fight fans. I'm much more into like the boxing and the karate combat side of things. But UFC 301, it was on. I was in a house party in Liverpool, watching it, in and out, and it was a sick. I think this was one of my favourite UFC championship fight nights in a long time. Not just because of the main event, the two like main fights. I'll get onto them in a bit, but also the whole card. I wanted to talk about two cards that were on the undercard as well. First of all, okay, Mateusz Rebecki against, I've got a Miktebek Oralbai. This fight, if you have not seen this, I reckon you should. You need to watch this. You need to watch this. It was a catchweight fight at 160 pounds. I don't know if Oralbai came in at short notice, but it was going to be a hard fight because Rebecki, I actually watched him, I think last year, towards the end of last year, and he fought Roosevelt Roberts. And he absolutely battered him, and I think his last fight he lost, but before then he was undefeated in the UFC. He's got a record of 20-2, which is pretty freaking impressive. Considering he's been in the UFC for a couple of years, he's really good on the ground. He's just very good at mixed martial arts. So, and he came in against this Kyrgyzstani guy called Oralbai, and I'll be honest, I don't know. I still don't really know too much about him. He seems like a really interesting character, so maybe I should do like a video on him, but this guy, his eye, I'm kidding you. It was like, if you haven't seen it, it was like a golf ball. And the doctors came in, and I'm thinking when I'm watching this, oh yeah, they'll just call this off. They'll just call this off. And the doctor asks how many fingers he pointed up, and he says 2. And I'm like, what? No, could that have just been a guess? 100% that could have just been a guess. They said in the commentary, I remember DC and Paul Felder saying, always say 2 when they ask.
Always guess 2. Always says 2.
Yeah, there is.
They always do 2.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell he could have seen. He would have had enough peripheral vision for that eye so swollen. It was just absolutely, it was unbelievable. I was watching it, and what was even crazier is that he nearly won. People are saying he did win. He lost by split decision to Rebecki, and in the last round, looked like he was going to lose again. Yeah, you had a very good second round Oralbai, probably won that, and then in the second round, it was like towards like the last minute or last 2.5 minutes of the fight. Rebecki was on top of him. Looked like he was gonna, he knocked him down. Looked like he was gonna ground and pound him, and he's gonna get the victory. Then he twisted him on Rebecki's back, and he started giving it to him some. Then they got back up to the feet, and he was raining punches down. He was teeing up on it. It was just absolutely. I can't quite describe how crazy it was seeing this guy with an eyeball the size of this bloody stress ball, literally just like planted on the side of his head. It looked just like a giant blister. And it was just unbelievable. That was one of the most crazy fights I've ever seen. Also because Rebetsky got hurt, had a really bad cut on above his eyebrow because of a clash of heads. It was just unreal. That was an unreal fight. I urge you all to go and see that. It was quite low down on the preliminary card. I'm just checking now. Yeah, it was like the 4th, 5th fight on the preliminary card, but that fight really, really stood out to me. I was super impressed by that Oralby guy. I think they should have a rematch because I think he earns that, because no doubt that eye definitely halted him. And also when I was looking into him, he's only 26. He's 26, and you feel that tough, that young. He's 13-2. Again, I think he's definitely somebody, a bit like Rebetsky, and he's younger than Rebetsky. I think he's someone you have to look out for, because I was very, very impressed. Considering how he's still trying to, he was even timing him with his shots. Again, with that block tie, was unbelievable. That was one of the most crazy performances I've ever seen, even though he lost. And then obviously on the undercard, there was Shah Magomedov, him doing that crazy double back fist attack on Armen Petrosian. Shah Magomedov, if you don't know, he's actually, I don't know if he's finished filming, but he's been part of like some Hollywood film. I think is he like acting as the bad guy in there? I mean, it makes perfect sense because he's the scariest motherfucker I've ever seen. Massive, big bushy beard, massive long hair, and he's got that eye. Again, he's definitely someone that the UFC, I'm sure they'll be looking to build up. Because he's Dagestani, but he's not like what you'd think of like a traditional Dagestani wrestler. He's like a Muay Thai kickboxing, and obviously there have been others from that area like Zabit. Obviously he was a fantastic kickboxer, but this guy is very scary, very dangerous, so fun to watch as well. He's another one that's just really, really fun to watch. You almost had, I don't know if anyone else felt this, but I always felt like it was like almost like an air of inevitability that he was going to knock Petrosian out. But yeah, just so energetic, great gas tank as well, considering how much output he's putting out. Yes, I know that it was in the 2nd round, and it's only a 3-round fight, it's not a 5-round fight, but still crazy fit. And yeah, he's another one. That was another, and it was a good fight as well. I actually thought Petrosian put up a good fight as well, and had a couple of good nice shots on him. But that double back fist, that just went absolutely, that sent the crowd wild.
Bonus check now, show a bullet. Wow, my goodness, I've never seen anything like it.
Double back
fist.
Obviously, the atmosphere in the boxing and the Saudi things has been criticised, but a lot of people saying they're not loud enough or whatever, and all of that, and then the atmosphere needs to be better. But I actually thought the atmosphere, even though it's not in Saudi Arabia, it's in Abu Dhabi, but I thought the atmosphere for this, through the television anyway, it sounded really, really good. Which is good to see. Obviously, like, we want these crazy, that atmosphere's happening everywhere. Especially when Khamzat Chimaev won, and when he walked out, did that unbelievable submission. Rear, you can't really call it a rear naked choke, it's rear jaw choke, because he absolutely crushed Robert Whittaker's jaw. Obviously that's that image of Robert Whittaker's bottom jaw and teeth all fucked up. It looks horrible. He's definitely gonna have, he might have even had surgery on that already, but he's definitely gonna have to have some more done to it. That was nasty. And when you're watching it live, you think, wow, Robert Whittaker tapped really, really fast then, even though it didn't look like it was on his neck. But if you just watch it, you can see literally his like forearm literally like crushing Whittaker's jaw. It's pretty nasty, to be honest. So yeah, and that was again another very impressive performance, considering Khamzat's been out for so long, and it's like he's so hard to like nail down, because he says, I'm gonna kill all these guys and all this stuff, and he's out for a while, and you know, maybe he's gone some, excuse me, that's my dog. Maybe he's gone through some stuff in his personal life, I don't know. But you know, we never know what's going on in these fighters' backgrounds. But just to come back from such a long layoff and just absolutely detonate Whittaker, his shooting takedowns are so fast, like so fast. I mean, they're sometimes hard enough to predict anyway, I guess, with him. But that one on Whittaker, that just seemed really, really fast. Even for him, he was very, very sharp. And it was also quite clever as well, because he did enough feints, he did enough stuff with his hands to make Whittaker think, oh, this is going to be a stand-up for a bit longer than I thought, and then poof, got him further back against the cage as much as he liked to, and then bang, went in. Absolutely, it was brilliant. When you thought Whittaker had just escaped as well, then he got his hips round and dragged him back down. Just very, very good. Very like Khabib-like. You know, he's compared to Khabib a lot. And he's got to have a title shot, really. I mean, if he's not going to have a title shot, he's probably going to have to fight Adesanya, probably. And that would be a crazy fight. You could do that as a main event for a pay-per-view, I think. I still think a lot of people would see that. And Hamzat would probably be the favourite in that. Which is mad to think, but yeah, you probably would actually. The betting favourite anyway. But yeah, that hopefully we see him within the next 6 months or so, not like another big long layoff. Because this is a fantastic win. We just need to keep that hype train moving, keep it going. And then finally, obviously, we had Ilia Topuria, another undefeated fighter, knocking out Max Holloway. Someone who has knocked out Max Holloway and Volkanovski within the space of a year. That's crazy. Like, Holloway and Volkanovski are two of the greatest UFC featherweights of all time. And then for him just to knock him out both, you know, and Holloway, he was having his success. Obviously, when the fight started, he was like, "No, I'm not going in the centre of the ring bullshit." There was no time for that BMF Justin Gaethje stuff then. Not the start of the fight when you're fighting for a world title for Max Holloway. So he started very wisely. Didn't fall into a trap with Topuria, and but you know. One other thing that amazed me at Topuria is just how he's just willing to take leg kicks. Just willing. Like, obviously you see so many people using them nowadays because they are very effective because they hurt like fuck. And he just takes them. Obviously, I'm sure they hurt, but he's willing to take your leg kicks just so he can get a bit closer to it and try and land some hands. Another thing as well that was very smart, I thought, by him. A lot of his shots in the first and second round were like hooks, like kind of like, they weren't like haymakers or anything like that, but they weren't like really straight shots of like hooks, overhands, things like that. What I loved about it, the shot that inevitably sent at Max Holloway was it was just short, snappy, right hand, right down the pipe. It just surprised. I think it was just surprised. Obviously, it would have hurt like crazy. It would have knocked him down and knocked his equilibrium, but I think it also just more of anything, it just surprised Max because he just subconsciously just got surprised to just bouncing these hooks and overhands from his guard, from the outside guard, and then so for Topuria then just to step in quickly and land a straight right down the pipe. I thought that was very clever. Obviously, Topuria just twigged it that Holloway wasn't seeing a straight shot, got him with a nice clean one. And then, yeah, obviously the melee afterwards, and then throwing that the onslaught afterwards, and then throwing that peach of a left hook right on the cheekbone, taken down like that. Again, Max Holloway, everyone knows. I mean, he's not anymore, but he was the BMF. He's tough as nails. He's known for that. He's built, obviously, apart from being a sick fighter, but also like part of the Max Holloway name and brand is him being a tough motherfucker. So, you know, the fact that he knocked out him, he's knocked out Volkanovski in the same year, that is unbelievable. We just need to see him at the Santiago Bernabeu now. I know this should have been at the Santiago Bernabeu, in my opinion. I think they definitely could have done it something there. Even if they're worried about not filling it up, still just do it like 3/4, you know, filled up and get like, I don't know, 70,000, 75,000, 80,000 fans in there. I'm sure they would go and see that. He's a big deal in Spain. He's got Sergio Ramos, for Christ's sake, like walking him out at the weigh-ins and stuff like that. So he's definitely a big deal in Spain. They need to do, even if it's not in the Bernabeu, just doing like, I don't know the arenas in Spain, but indoor arena somewhere like that. He's a big star. Ilia Topuria is a big star, or he's becoming a big star, and they need to make the most of him in somewhere like Spain, that's outside the US, broaden their horizons a little bit. Because that's another thing I'm not a big fan of at the moment. The UFC is how they're just sticking to like doing the pay-per-view shows, even in America, or they might do one or two in Abu Dhabi or in Saudi Arabia like once or twice a year, and you know, and that's it. But hey, I'm not the CEO, so and there's probably a reason for that. So yeah, who knows? But anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. Sorry again for the quality is not the greatest. I thought I'd just get a video out to you guys, and I wanted to talk about this as well because, like I said, this was like my most favorite UFC championship event in a long time. I really liked, you know, from top to bottom, I really liked it. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. That button be hugely appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully with a mic and a good light.